Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have set number 71701. This is Kai's Fire Dragon containing 80 pieces and retailing for $19.99, which pretty steep price to piece ratio, but this is a 4+ set, and it is one of two 4+ sets released in the January 2020 wave, the other one being actually based on Prime Empire, but this one here is Legacy. The figures, nothing new. There's two of them, but they're both figures we've seen before, and you get a single instruction booklet, which is just pretty standard 4+ instructions, and there is really only the one ad at the back for a couple of Legacy sets that came out at the same time. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is there. Back of the box, like a normal 4+ box where it shows you how simple it is to build. But yeah, I mean, let's take a look at the dragon. Most 4+ Ninjago sets aren't really super duper special, and I mean, most of them honestly kind of suck. This dragon here is actually not that terrible. It's not a great dragon at all. The level of detail is really, really low. It's very, very simple, very easy to build. So for, target audience, for kids who are right around 4 and just starting to build with LEGO, this is a pretty simple build. Like, they can probably get it. Maybe putting the bottom jaw on the dragon might be a little bit difficult, but they can, get their parents to help with that if they need to. But yeah, other than that, I mean, like, it's pretty simple thing. The actual model isn't all that great. I do like this dragon head, which this is honestly the main reason that I even bothered getting this set, because it is a new mold, and it is a pretty detailed mold, pretty detailed printing on there too. I think it looks pretty good. It attaches via a Technic pin, which as a result means that on this model here, it can only turn side to side just a little bit, and then you can open the mouth, which inside there are 2 studs on the bottom jaw that allow you to stick this flame in there, and that flame does look pretty good. I got to admit that it's pretty neat. But yeah, this is basically like a scaled down version of the original Fire Dragon's head mold, and this one is a hard plastic rather than a rubber, which I do like the fact that it's hard plastic better, and the original one could not open and close its mouth, really. It did have like the fireball feature, and you can't shoot anything out of this dragon's mouth. I think you could probably equip a stud shooter in there to get it to mostly, shoot studs out of the front. I think they do that with the Golden Dragon, and I think that this is the approximate same size, and the feature would work, but I haven't tried it. But yeah, the printing on here, pretty good. Kind of wish they'd set it up with a ball joint though, so that you'd at least have some amount of, mobility, so you can move it up and down. But otherwise, the way this is, if you want to lean your dragon up, he's going to have to look upwards. He does use Velociraptor legs from Jurassic World, with just different printing on there, and in a new color. That's kind of cool. Nice part use. Doesn't blend in with the dark red body all that well, but it's not too bad. And I think that they've used this dark red body before, but I could be wrong about that. It's obviously a 4+ piece and would only be used in 4+ sets. Wings can move up and down, and you can individually articulate the feathers a little bit if you wanted to. So I guess you got a decent amount of posability there. This does look okay. Again, it is a 4+ set. There is a seat for Kai. He's got the little seat back there, and he sits in that just fine. That's okay. And then the tail can move up and down, but again, even with the tail, you can't rotate it side to side, which, it doesn't feel super duper dynamic, or, doesn't really work super well for a dragon, but, for what it is, a simple dragon, I think that this is okay. And the volume of stuff here, the size of this dragon, I think is okay for a $20 set. It's about on par with the Legacy Golden Dragon. And the Legacy Golden Dragon was just a dragon and didn't even have a little side build here, so, I guess almost even more stuff here than the Legacy Dragon. Though, obviously this stuff here is a whole lot less detailed. So, unless you are a kid who is just going to be playing with this, then, probably you're going to think that they've got about the same amount of stuff. But yeah, there's stuff here. Fire Sword, which is cool to get that mold again, I guess. And you got one of these cool Ninjago City fence pieces, which is kind of neat. And you get that exclusive printed 2x2 tile, which is a nice print. And, that could probably get reused. The parts here are fine. It's just, Nothing super special, but it does give you something to fight over, I guess. We also get 2 flames which wobble around, which I guess is kind of fun, but that's pretty much all they do. I guess you could view them as flames that, you know, the fire dragon comes, swoops in, lights on the ground, but they're not like projectiles or anything, so not really much you can do with these here. Our 2 figures here are Kai and Garbodon, and these are both legacy versions of what's supposed to resemble their pilot outfit, you know, suits. And neither of these figures are exclusive. Garbodon, in this particular combination, technically is, but it's basically taking the Garbodon from the other legacy sets from 2019, which, you know, I think he was in a spinner set and the Ultra Dragon, I think. And it was basically doing that and removing his extra pair of arms. So basically this is just a simpler version of Garbodon. Though it is nice to at least get an official legacy version representing him without his forearms. So I guess that's cool. You know, sort of. And this will, if you had one of the old ones, this will allow you to have a second, you know, pilot season version of them. But, you know, the printing on them is fine. You know, nothing crazy. This Garbodon looks a lot like the original suit version. You know, it's very similar. I think the only real difference is that the robes are purple. Like, there's obviously slight differences in the actual lines on the printing, but the only, like, visual difference is the fact that he has the purple robes and back printing. But, you know, he looks pretty good, and you could definitely use him as a stand-in for the pilot outfits. Obviously, Kai, not really, but, you know, the legacy suit version of him is fine. You know, I don't really have any complaints. He is just super common, though, so maybe it would have been nice to have, you know, gotten a ninja that was less common, though if you're making a fire dragon, you probably have to include Kai. And yeah, that's really all there is to the set. It's nothing crazy, nothing super fancy, but, you know, for kids in the target age range, I think that it is enough to, you know, be fun and, you know, have a good amount of play value. The dragon's posability bothers me as someone who cares more about how the thing looks than how it plays, but maybe it won't bother kids as much. I could see the head not rotating or not being like on a ball joint bothering kids a little bit, but then again, that would have made it harder to build, so I don't know. But figure selection here also isn't great. It's fine, you know, you get Kai, you get Garbodon, which is good to get the bad guy, and I guess it's nice for people who have a bunch of the sets to, you know, get one that is designed, like if they don't like to customize figures around, I guess they get one that's designed to be the pilot season version of Garbodon, but, you know, that's really it. As far as I'm concerned personally, it's cool to get the dragon head and that printed dial, but the rest of this is kind of useless to me, and this will kind of just sit off in the corner. Maybe someday I'll try to use that head to build a fire dragon the scale of the Legacy Golden Dragon, but I don't know, not a super huge priority for me either. But this is a really well-designed piece. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is for this set. I guess as far as value goes, it's, I think, okay for $20. Not crazy good, but not as bad as 81 pieces would suggest. But yeah, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this little review. If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.